Hey, I'm back with No Frills Hi-Fi. Today I've got a Galion TS A75 amp we're going to take a look at. I'll put links to everything, of course, in the comments or in the description as usual. This amp, it's 75 watts, two channel, 75 watts at 8 ohms or 100 watts at 4 ohms. MSRP on this is $1,495. So go ahead and take a look at it. One thing you do want to be careful with an amp like this is just keep in mind the weight. This thing weighs about 40 pounds, so you do kind of want to be ready for that when you're pulling it out of the package. Let's take a look here. This thing is very well packaged. All these little braces out. So something you really want to be careful with these amps is all these little speaker connectors and stuff here sticking out. You always want to make sure you're not grabbing a hold of those. It's tempting to kind of pull by the plastic, but sometimes that can catch on those. So I would recommend trying to get your hands up under it. They actually made that pretty easy here by having these two little blocks come out instead of just having the foam all the way around it. So I should be able to get my hands up underneath it. At this one side. And there we go. And then we've got some stuff underneath, so let me put this aside real quick. And we'll go ahead and see what's under here. Alright, so it does come with a few different cables here. So it looks like instead of having just the one that we need, they've got adapters for all sorts of different countries here. 3 different ones. So it's kind of neat that they're ready for you no matter where you're going. You don't have to specify which one that you want, which is kind of cool. And I'm in the US, so this is the one that I need. So we're going to pop that out, and there's another. Oh, comes with a spare fuse, so that's kind of nice. All right, let's pull this box out of the way, and then we'll take a look at that amp. Alright, so I just kind of pulled the plastic back as I was picking it up and make it a little bit easier on me. Just move that into view a little bit better. Let's move this camera. Alright, so we're going to get all these little foam things out of the heat sinks here on the side. Alright, now I do want to point out, in case you happen to notice it in the video, this heat sink right on the end here is actually bent. This is a demo unit, so this is something that gets shipped all over. This has been opened by a bunch of people before, so there's no telling who ended up dropping that, but it has been tested. I'm sure, they're not going to send me something that doesn't work. Cosmetically, yeah, it's got a little bit of a flaw right there, but that's not going to affect performance at all. When you order a new one, certainly quality control would catch something like that. In fact, that's the reason that I got it, because that is not acceptable to sell that to a customer. But for our purposes here today, I think that's just fine. It's not going to affect it in any way. Really love the enclosure on this thing. It is really nice. all metal, no plastic. Everything feels really heavy duty, and I mean, like I said before about the weight, this thing obviously is quite heavy. Just a single button in the front, on and off. Love that. Love when something is just kind of simple. And we'll go ahead and flip it around here so you can see the other side. So pretty simple really on the back. I mean, you've got your speaker connectors in the front. These would work with spades, banana plugs, or bare wire if you want. RCA inputs, and what I really love, it's also got the XLR input, so you can kind of choose which one. They do have the little lock button right there, so they do lock into place, which I also love. And it's got these little buttons here. Looks like if the buttons are popped out, you're using RCA. Pushed in, XLR. And another thing I really like is it's got these feet here that are really pretty substantial feet. You know, they're not just like a little rubber button that you see a lot. So I do really love that. Power, of course, plugs in right there. And you can see right here that that's where the fuse is too, if you ever needed to replace that. All right, well, that's pretty much it for the unboxing, but we'll do a review where I actually plug it in and hear what it can do. We'll catch you later. Thank you.